Maggie Klein, welcome to the Breakfast Nook. So, I am mentally ill. Yes, I have two conditions. One, I have gender dysphoria. Now, gender dysphoria is kind of a weird mental illness. It's like kind of being gay was a mental illness back in the day before they stopped making it a mental illness. And it has a fairly easy cure to it. You transition to the gender that you're comfortable with. End of that. All the evil attachments that come from society only hurt that person and trigger their gender dysphoria. And gender dysphoria really isn't classified as a mental illness as much anymore, and it's just an admin to the DSM-5. But the other reality is I'm bipolar. I'm very bipolar. If I don't take my meds, I have a rough time. So when I first started this channel, I was undiagnosed bipolar, and slowly as the channel went on, you could see me slowly collapsing further and further in mental illness, which attracted viewers to my channel and grew my channel because people wanted to watch me have a meltdown. And once I had my meltdown, my channel went down to nothing. So I just deleted all those videos and forgot about that. But the thing I want to talk about with mental illness is mental illness is a disease. It's not something that needs a stigma attached to it. Because right now, so what prompted this video was, so I posted my gender identity is non-binary, and I got called mentally ill by several people, and I was not offended, but I was like, it's not really a mental illness. And also, why are you putting a stigma on mental illness? Mental illness has the stigma that it's bad, it's evil, crazy people, blah, 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 blah. But the reality is, a lot of America is suffering from mental illness. A lot of Americans suffer from it, and it's fairly easily manageable with medicine. Yes, I control my mental illness by taking 3 pills a day that I religiously take, and I haven't had that many outbreaks since then. I've had one incident where had to be hospitalized for a week because I was having suicidal thoughts and it was getting bad. But other than that, I haven't been hospitalized since getting on my meds, and I've been actually a lot healthier and happier in my life. Because, by gosh, when you're not dealing with all the craziness going in your head, you're healthy again and you feel normal. There is nothing wrong with saying that you're mentally ill, and I'm open about it. I'm very public about it. I tell people I'm mentally ill. It's why I don't own guns. When people ask me why I don't own guns, especially my Republican friends, is because I'm mentally ill, and I don't feel like mentally ill people should have guns because they were going to self-harm themselves with them. And yes, what I want to talk about in this video is let's end the stigma on mental illness. It's wrong. And it's okay to be mentally ill, and it's okay. You're not a bad person for being mentally ill. There's nothing wrong with being mentally ill. A lot of Americans suffer from it. At some point in your life, you're going to suffer from depression. This is a serious mental illness. Sometimes it's to the point where you have to be hospitalized. But the reality is, it's just a disease. Do you attack people that have cancer or diabetes and make them feel evil and horrible and give them a stigma for being a bad person for those diseases? No. Sometimes you feel sorry for them, which is okay. But, like I said, mental illness is easily handled by getting on your meds, by getting treatment and getting on your meds. I've been in the hospital 3 times, and I have seen it every time I've been in the hospital. I've seen how meds have changed people that were completely gone. I mean, we had one girl who was a complete zombie in the hospital who, after getting on her meds for a few days, normalized and then became a normal human being like everyone else and had her mental illness under control and can talk like a rational human being. Because the reality is, drugs keep you sane. So, like I said, I don't like the fact that we stigmatize mental illness, and I don't like the fact that there's no reason to. It's just a disease. It's a disease of the mind. It's a lifelong disease that will affect you the rest of your life. I have to take pills until the day I die, and I gladly take those pills until the day I die so that I can have a normal, happy life like any other normal human being. Now, as far as my gender dysphoria goes, it was a simple cure. I changed my gender, and oh my God! All of a sudden, my gender dysphoria went poof. What a novel concept! It's not, transgender is not being mentally ill. That is not a mental illness, and saying it is just makes it sound horrible. And we need to end the discrimination against trans people, especially in regards towards mental illness. And yes, mental illness is a serious problem in America. There is a lot of undiagnosed people out there with mental illness that suffer on the streets, particularly amongst the homeless. There is a huge number. I don't know how many people I was in hospital with had trouble with housing that because of their mental illness, they weren't capable of, but once they got on meds, they were able to function and have a normal life. So end the stigma on mental illness, and let's celebrate the fact that, hey, it's okay to be mentally ill, and I'm okay with my mental illness. I have come to peace with it, and I'm happy. Hopefully I'll never be hospitalized again, and hopefully my pills will work until the day I die, which is not true, because pills do eventually develop immunity to them, and you have to change out pills. That's why I'm on a third pill, because I had developed immunity to one of my pills, and they needed to strengthen my bipolar. And so yes, I'm bipolar. I'm okay with that, and it's not wrong to be bipolar.